Okay, the date is October 2nd, 2024. We're doing a repair test. This shingle here, this was deemed repairable due to wind damage. This was deemed to be a 25-year 3-tab. I have measured this shingle with my 3-tab fiberglass. It is in fact a 20-year shingle all the way in with ease. So that is a 20-year. We have the wrong shingle here. This is discontinued. I do have the ITEL paperwork for this particular shingle. However, for the purpose of this video, we are going to do a repair test to see how repairable this roof is. It is suffering quite a bit of granular loss and mat transfer. So we're going to take a look when we try to break the seal on these shingles that are still sealed, but most of them are not. Remove the lower and upper drive line, which they use staples in this case instead of 1 1/4 nails, which it should be. We're going to remove that. We're going to measure the 2 shingles, and then we are going to try to put the new one in and see what damage in the surrounding areas that causes and how resealable this is, to see if this roof is in fact repairable. We want to try to attempt repairs, but in taking a look at the roof, to me this does present an issue, as it's going to cause more damage to the roofing surface surrounding it than it would just to repair the one shingle. And on top of that, the shingle recommended is not the correct length and exposure, which I will demonstrate when I get this shingle out. So let's get started. I got 1 1/4 nails. I'm going to use this to break the seal. We'll measure the 2 shingles. We'll put the new shingle in and see what it looks like. Okay, take a good picture of how it looks like now. No granular loss up at the tops of the shingles. No missing pieces to the shingles, no tears in the shingles as of now. And let's break the seal. So 1, 2, 3. Now this goes up into here, so we're gonna have to break shingles above and surrounding to get to. Trying to keep it low, not to unnecessarily bend the shingle. Goes here. All right. Keep her low and slow. Staple coming out. All right. So you can see this used staples here, so we're gonna try to dig these out one at a time. Get this shingle out nice and easy. Okay, there's one. We have a second up at the top. Okay, there's 2. A third up here. There's 3. Let's see here, I gotta take this out so I can lift this up enough, so I'm gonna have to break this one. All right, let's see. 3. There we go. There's another one here. Staple stuck. There we go. Come on, staple. Okay, that came out finally. Let's see what's here. Got one back here, upper drive line. Should be one in the corner here. However, overdriven here. What are we missing? There's one. These staples are really hard time coming out. That should be, there we go. There's our release. Holy granular loss. Let's take a look at these shingles side by side. As you can see, huge difference in length for one shingle. It's 3 feet, 36 inches. Our requested replacement is 39 inches and a little over 39. Let's look at the exposure. Exposure on this shingle here is 5.5. Here is 6 1/4. That's an issue. On top of that, we got that 3 inches to deal with, so let's mark that. So we're not supposed to cut shingles like this everywhere on the roof to fix against manufacturing specifications. Let's line her up. Let's do our best to try to make this work. Alright, give it a little break. And let's cut. Set these to the side. Get our nails and our hammer. Let's attempt to put this back here. So for this, I'm going to use 6 nails on the drive line. We have to replace the 3 upper as well. Then we're going to have to put nails in the shingles where the staples were removed, above it and to the side. So let's get started. Slide this in here. So gentle. And again, we're gonna have that exposure problem, as you can see. But the purpose of this, we're gonna line her up. Look at that, I already got a staple in the way. Okay. First things first. For drive line. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Ooh, look at that. We'll look at the damages after. Then we gotta put these back. Surrounding that were staples. That needed to come off to pull the other shingle out. One popped here, as you can see. One here. And then it's okay. It's got a nail. Nail, it's just nailed in the corner. Nailed. Nailed. Okay. Let's take a look. So, while performing this repair, very high amount of granular loss. As you can, I just slipped on it, as you can see. But if I gently wipe, huge granular loss. Look at that, from where these shingles bent. Same as wind damage. We have a tear in this. We have mat transfer, which is on both sides here from breaking the seal. A hole and tear in the shingle above. Granular loss in the shingle above that, which we just re-nailed. Large granular loss, piles of it. Granular loss to this shingle as well. Mat transfer to this as well. Let's look underneath the one we performed. This one is ripped. Look at that. Look at that pile of granulars. So what I'm getting at here is, as I try to attempt to repair this roof, not only am I having to manipulate what is supposed to be recommended as the shingle, even though this is a 20-year shingle and you guys titled it a 25-year shingle, but even if I were to cut down the shingles, try to align the exposure, this will leak. This does not align through the roof because this shingle is bigger that was recommended for repair. Cannot put a shingle in that way. On top of that, it is ripping the shingles. Granular loss on 2 rungs of shingles above. This one is damaged in the corner where we had to break that staple to re-drive in the corner. So that's a whole other shingle. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's look on this side here. Mat transfer. This shingle goes through. Look at that. Piles. Piles. Look at this. Piles of granulars. This gently rub. Look at that. Look at that. Just from having to, and you saw me on the video bend this up so my hammer can get to this drive line, and this is the damage that occurred to the surrounding shingles. Regarding the condition of this roof, it is unrepairable to perform the repairs that are deemed on this roof. It has to be replaced. There is damage on all sides of this roof, including the guest house, including the shed in the back, that were all marked on the scope, but I can't repair this roof. So this has to be replaced with a like, kind, and quality shingle, and I would assume that would be laminated at this point. Thank you, and let me know what you need.